Hello! I think we're live again. Nice to see everyone. You know what time it is? Time to make some more paths. Some god-awful horrendous paths. Today is going to be another crate stream. We're going to continue our fantasy RPG game, otherwise known as The Legend of Volvereta. Love it or hate it, it's going to be a revolutionary RPG game inside Dreams. Just you wait for it. So whilst I quickly get everything set up here, I hope everyone's doing well. Today's music, I'm going to change from Dragon Quest just because we've listened to it probably a little bit too much. So I've put on some Final Fantasy music, but I found music from Final Fantasy that's more, let's say, relaxing, so it shouldn't be too in our way. Okay, I'm just going to bring the chat up just now, and I think we're almost good to go. I love Final Fantasy. Sadly, this game will not be like Final Fantasy. But when I do make the John Jerry Steve RPG game, that probably will be more like Final Fantasy, like third person, see your characters, that kind of thing. Hey Alpha! Hello, hello! Nice to see you again. Yellow, how schmoomin'? Sup Just Beers, how are you? I see you're playing the new Mafia game. Is it good? I'm quite curious myself to try it out. I never played the original, so it would be brand new for me. Red and blue, that's the one. Bovarenka time, yes, indeed. I should probably say though that I had a conversation with Scheme, and basically he agrees that his grass cubes that we used, they're probably not so ideal for what we want to do. So I think we pretty much agreed that I would just delete his grass cubes, which is really unfortunate because they do look really good. It's just that it makes my life a lot more difficult. So this is what I was thinking of doing, right? I was thinking about making a giant, like, just use this path material, right? And that would span the entire area, right? And then what I would do is I would scope into that particular sculpt, and then I would basically blend like another sculpt to make a ridge like this, and then I would just place like little bits of grass on top. So rather than me awkwardly trying to get a lot of these grass cubes working well, because look, we're trying to make this path here, and look, I mean, it's quite difficult to get the path to line up and everything individually. So I think I'm going to make a path that just blends together, and then we'll just put the grass on the top of it. I think it would make our life so much more easier. So much more easier. But it's kind of sad because, like I said, I really did like Schemes. I really did like his grass. Whether we use this grass, I don't know. It didn't look so good compared to Schemes grass, but I think once we do it separately, I think it might turn out a bit better. Just some dude with a periodic profile picture. Hello. Changed your name again, I see. Haven't been here in a while. Yeah, you've came at the perfect time, because it looks like we're making a desert. That actually does look quite nice. Let's see if this was a desert. That would look okay. That would look acceptable. Also, I kind of need to redo all the flowers again, because Scheme gave me a much easier one to use, and these flowers, they're it's not like they take a lot of thermal, but because I used so many of them, it made the paint strokes go too high, which means if we have an enemy in the game that's painted, we might have some glitches on our hands. So today is about fixing old mistakes and trying to make something a bit better. So I'll try and redo everything and try and get some nice paths going today, finally, you know. And I'll put some of these flowers around. I'll just make sure, because Scheme costs not my creation, streamers. I'll see if he published it, because he did show me he was working on it. Let's have a look. So there you go. So basically he took those flowers that we were using and he made like different clumps of them. So rather than just being square, he's now got like a circular one. He's got not quite square, but more like a kind of angled kind of one. This is a bigger angled one, and obviously this is a collection of them all together. So if I wanted to just, you know, put these down and create like a massive field, I could do it. But that's nice. We got 4 different size varieties, which is really nice. I know it took me a while to do these, but you know, like I always say with this project, I wasn't going to start this till next year anyway. So anything that we do is a bonus. But I'm hoping that today we can at least get a better foundation for this scene, and then it means next week we can probably get started on the farm, because god damn it, I want to get rid of this scene. See, I probably should be more relaxed about working on the same scene, because I know a lot of creators in Dreams, like when they stream, they just stream what they're doing, and if it takes them an extra few streams to get something done, they do it. But because I'm so used to working on subject, I'm always used to saying like, oh no, every stream has to be completely different, like a brand new scene. And whilst that can be good for variety, it's kind of bad for creating, because if you think about it, I'm rushing too far ahead, and it means I need to go back over things again and try and make sure everything's all good. So I'm going to try and get this scene the best I can get it before we move on to the farm. This scene won't be 100% done, but I think it will be better than what it was. So this is one of Scheme's cubes, but this is actually the flat side. I don't know if I can even edit this one. Let me have a quick check here, just for talking's sake here, right? So I don't know if his thermal goes up. That's what I want to do basically. Just do something like that, and then like, you know, blend the floor, just to give you a rough idea, you know. Right. That added 12%, which is not good. So I might have to just make my own one, because obviously this one uses up a little bit too much thermal. So I think I'll just start from scratch. I just want to get rid of all these flowers, because it'll probably take me forever to find them all if I don't have a colour behind them to actually see where they are, you know. So I'll just quickly get through some of these. Hey Crook Vulture, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be doing some of the RPG creation today, and then we will be moving over to Twitch. I don't know if you saw the video or heard, but I'm going to start streaming non-Dreams games on Twitch. So we're going to start with some Crash 4. I actually played it last night because I wasn't expecting to get it so soon. But I'm going to create a separate save file, so we're going to start again. And so I'll do that on Twitch. We'll probably create here for another hour and a half or something. And then we'll jump over to Twitch for maybe a couple of hours, play some Crash 4, if anyone's down for that. It's the same channel name on Twitch, LittleBigAnimation, so there's no confusion. How about Jazz Punk soundtrack? You're always growing up at that Jazz Punk soundtrack. I'll tell you, when I make a sci-fi RPG or some kind of weird kind of thing, something that's very crinkly, I haven't even listened to it yet. I'll need to listen to it off stream and see what it's like. Hopefully it's not too distracting, because I like to pick music that kind of fits with the game we're making. so it's not too random. Maybe maybe jazz punk's a bit too random for now anyway. You got the FF9 OST going on here. Actually, it's a collection of Final Fantasy in general. It's basically relaxing tracks from Final Fantasy games. The actual title of the video is called Relaxing Music from Final Fantasy Series by No Rank. So if you want to, obviously if you want to listen to that yourself at any time, by all means go for it. Hey Mobile Monster, nice to see you again. Haven't seen this channel in a while. I know, what happened to you? You disappeared, you vanished without a trace. I hope you've been keeping well. No problems in your life. Just as I obtained my food, the stream started. How convenient. Oh well, you're just going to have to stuff your face and get right back here. Unless you just eat your food whilst watching. Sometimes that's what I do whenever Alpha streams. I normally eat at the same time. So, even if I can't type, I still gives me something to watch whilst I'm eating. Perfect. That's the one thing I've never actually done on stream. Eat. Like maybe I've ate like a little bit of a cake, but I kind of ate it off camera. But I know a lot of streamers, they actually like eat like here. They always say like, oh, I don't have a lot of time in my life to eat, you know. I've got my stream to do, so I've got to eat at some point, right? But I don't know, I don't think I'd feel that comfortable about eating on stream. Like, I don't know if it's rude or just disgusting. I don't know. It's, you know, I'm eating food and you guys are just sitting there, you know. I try and avoid that. Anyway, we've almost... See, you know what's funny, right? It's actually quicker to delete them than it was to actually place them down. I'm slowly realising that, and I'm crying inside deeply. But this is all for the good of the thermal, right? For our paint strokes. We'll get through this together. I won't do this again until we finalise the floor, because I thought that was going to be my final floor anyway, but turns out it wasn't. So I just need to make sure everything's okay. So I'll delete all this other stuff here. Okay. What the hell was that? Where did that come from? But notice, I think all of these cubes have like lights inside them. So look, we had a great scene, now it's destroyed. It just shows you how much a scene can change if it does not have a ground level. Okay, this could be the hardest thing in the world, right? What I need to do first is just get something that looks like the colour we had before. Like, I'll bring it up against one of the floors here. So the bad thing about working with a big scene is that the camera is shockingly bad. Shocking. Right. He's got a better texture than me, right? But no one's counting that, right? I think what he did was he just maybe made it more loose, maybe. That gives it more of a gravelly kind of look, doesn't it? How do you do that, though? I mean, I could open his settings up and have a look. Right, so that's a way up at 300. I don't know if that was me that did that though. So I don't even know what that does. I think that was maybe just for his grass, maybe. I think that's what it was. Don't think that does anything. Yeah, I think all this stuff was just for when we were looking at the grass. So I don't want the path to be too smooth, do you know what I mean? Like, it looks a bit too clean. You know, he's got a nice gravelly kind of look. I don't know if you can just like change the flex that you use on it maybe, or you move them around or something. Yeah, this is very much another learning stream today, figuring out how the hell I'm going to do things. I'll make it a bit loose, not too loose. Maybe like 10%. Because if you look at that, it looks a bit too clean. So maybe that makes it a bit more dirty, let's say. Don't forget those crinkle trees. Those trees will be coming in the castle. Because what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to make a normal world. And then as soon as people get to the castle, it's going to be like super crinkly, and people are going to be like, what the hell? What have I just stepped into? However, if you're getting rid of the grass, then the trees may not fit. No, yeah, like I said, just for the castle, I'll put in really crinkly things. Because I want crinkly castle to be extremely crinkly, right? It's a little bit like this music right here. You know, it's got a bit of a crinkliness to it. Should just paint on the path in sculpt mode. Yeah, but then what if I want to change the path? I need to repaint it again, you know? That's my problem. Well, we'll all be lucky if the stream doesn't crash. Oh, you've not been here in a long time then, have you? We've actually done quite well without crashing lately. Hey Kai Gaming, welcome back. Bro, the biggest Dreams YouTuber, Project Genesis, shouted you out. Oh, did they? Oh, very nice. Did they say something nice about me, I hope? Or was that a shout out like, you know, this asshole? His name is LBA. LB, you should make a large plane of grass that matches the environment, and then for the path, paint over with the beige colour and turn down the looseness on the beige colour so that the flecks don't stick out as much. I could, but I'm just a noob, so I don't know how to do that. And like I said, if I want to change the paint, it's like once you've painted it, that's it, you're done, you know? It's not like Little Big Planet where you put down a sticker and then you can pick the sticker back up. In Dreams, it's like once you put that down, that's it, you're done. Game over. Hold on, I just need to go back. Gives the illusion of a path. I mean, it's a good idea. We'll see if I can solve this first. If not, then I'll give it a go. Hey Cody, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Had a great week. Hello, big fan. Thank you very much. It's always nice to have some fans around. This is the most crinkly game ever. How is Jazzpunk soundtrack not allowed? Because we're making a fantasy RPG game, right? We're going to fool people into a false sense of security, and then we're going to go boom! Crinkle Castle. You didn't see this coming, did you? Come on, how is this music not crinkly? It's got a bit of crinkle to it, doesn't it? Hey Max, awesome! Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well as well. Hey, finally caught one of your streams live, and you picked the perfect one because this one is a learning stream for me today because I'm going to be making absolute trash. No, I'm going to make good stuff, don't worry. I just need to learn how to do a few things in this game. Also, I should probably make that like super rough, if that makes a difference. Let's not make it waxy or metal, that's not good. Okay. I'll keep these settings, right? Right, get rid of that. Okay, let's go freeform, right? In a minute, let me. I was trying to enlarge it without. Right, so House Moomin, you said that if you stretch sculpts that are a shape, a ready-made shape, the thermal doesn't go too high. I'm going to take your word for that. Because I'm going to stretch this big time. Basically, I'm going to make like one massive plane, right? That covers that basically covers the entire level, right? You'll see what I mean. And then I'll basically just adjust this and change the shapes. So if I want to put a hill somewhere, all I need to do is modify this one sculpt. If this gives me more problems, then I'm going to be like, uh-oh, but you got to try, right? So it's actually a really good concept, because one of the later stages that I'm going to make for this game is a desert. So we're already seeing that it's possible, which is good. So I'm just seeing if everything's stretched out to the max. Right. This should do, right? This'll do the trick. Has anyone ever made a sculpt this massive before? It's wonderful. I've even got a wee patch of grass here that just decided to poke its head out. Look, you can actually use the top of the trees as a bush. It actually looks quite good, doesn't it? See, I never thought about that. I was always searching for bushes, and most of the bushes I was looking for, they never had any branches in them. You know, some bushes, they have like little branches inside. Why don't I just use a tree? See, that's a great thing about creating. Sometimes you come across some random things that actually help you create. It's wonderful. Okay. So I brought this back down because we're going to go to town on this grass, right? That was my old path, right? Don't laugh at me, right? It's terrible now. We don't need that anymore. I'll keep that hill there for now, even though I'm probably going to delete it anyway. So I know it looks like we're starting from scratch, but sometimes you need to do a draft and then go back over it again. So it's all in the name of perfection, right? There we go. We could just call it quits. I could just say, you know, screw the grass, screw the path, right? Let's just make this game a desert game, right? It would make my life so much easier if I didn't need to focus on all that stuff. Okay, let's bring the floor up a little bit more. I think these rocks are higher because Scheme's grass had like hills and stuff inside, so I'll make it like that. And these rocks here won't be visible because I'll build like an extra doodah here. So this is basically going to be my flat path. My flat path, right? So if we ever make like a higher hill here, I'll edit this and I'll add like a blend that kind of goes up that way. And same here, if we want to add some hills here, we just need to add a blend here and here, you know, when we can actually be more specific about it. Because Schemes, his big block, it was predefined where all the lumps and bumps were. So at least now we can customize a bit easier, at least in my mind anyway. Can you make a monster that is like a blob from the 1930s Blob movie? 1930s Blob movie? Probably. I mean, if you ever played Dragon Quest, there are blob enemies, so I don't know if that's similar to that movie, because I've never seen that movie, 1930s Blob movie, but I guess you could make it. I appreciate the views, LBA, of course, anytime. Anytime. An ASMR stream. Enjoy that. I'll get famous. I can't wait to play this game. We've actually got a survival horror game coming out first, so you'll be able to play that. But the good thing about this RPG game is that, unlike the survival horror game, I'm not going to make it all in one go. I'm going to release it in chapters. So this game actually might be coming out a lot sooner than you think, which is pretty cool. Right. Let me just delete a few of these things, right? Right, this is my test here, right? Normally, I don't blend things like this, so just give me a little moment, all right? Okay. Right. I'm assuming. Hold on. Put the blend. I don't know if I should put the blend on maximum. I never know. Do you know what I mean? I never know. I think I need to. What I need to do is I need to like stretch it out in advance. Oh, look at that! I was not expecting that. That's actually helped me out a little bit. Although it's hard to stretch the other side. There we go. Nice. Nice. So give me a minute. I don't even know if this is going to work, by the way. This is just me trying to figure out how the hell this works. Because look, see, I want to stretch this side, but it's really hard to find the handle. Because you have to find like the original shape to do it. Right, so that's almost the width of that shape, right? So then I do something like that. See, now we've got like a bit of a ridge that goes up the way. So let me put it like there maybe. So as you can see, we've got a flat plane here, and then as we go here, you can see it kind of goes up the way. How schmoomin', I done it! I done it, everyone! I made a perfect blend. Nice. And then if you want to edit it, I think you can just like lift it up, can't you? Yeah, you can lift the blend up. So if I wanted to make it go a bit higher, a bit more steep, I could. See? I think that's a good height. Let's go for that one. So then you have to go down a little bit of a hill, and then we've got the flat plane. So now we'll use like the same technique. So it's like if we wanted to add like a blend here. I don't know what shape I would use. Let me try a sphere first. Right, give me a minute. So if we wanted to, I don't know, build a little hill, you know, we could do it. But I'm not going to do that just yet. What I'm going to do is, we're going to finalise the grass, right? Because I want to make sure this grass actually looks quite good before we go ahead and use it. So if anyone has any suggestions for grass that looks really nice, because right now I'm just going to use this one. I don't want to be too picky because this grass looks fine, to be honest. It's just in case there was like, oh, you know, you should try out this grass. This grass is actually amazing. Right, so I'll try and see if I can make a cube that is big enough but not too big, because obviously it's funny how small that puppet is, isn't it? He looks so tiny. So tiny. But you'll be in first person mode, so you'll be like this, you know, looking around. Okay, so let me see. Let me test this grass, because obviously we still need to make sure the grass goes through the ground. We can't have grass that's like that, you know. that's poking through. Maybe for the desert scene we'll have grass that's like that. That's why I like some parts of Dreams, because it's like you can poke things through it and it just creates like a unique kind of texture. So we can probably use that for the desert area. I just need to test to make sure this grass isn't too long, you know. Let me get the original one back, just so I can see what it looked like before. Ooh. Just need to make sure that it's not too long for the character, because obviously I need grass that's large enough that we don't have to duplicate it so many times. So let me see, like I did with Schemes grass, I don't know if I can... Oh, wave. It moves in the wind. I don't know if this changes it. Did that change anything? I think that just adds a blend of colours, doesn't it? Right, that just makes the grass really long. Can you imagine that? Right, so I think that's like the shortest it can go. Let me quickly bring out a first-person camera. I don't even know, like, see in here, right? This is what Dreams should do, right? Let me see. I don't even know if you can do it. Can you do it? Let me see. Right, you can't do it, right? In the game, you can search for blank puppets, right? So you get the blank puppet basic, you've got the deluxe, and you've got the platform puppet. Why don't they add the first person puppet here as well? Why not, right? It would save a lot of time. Now I need to go in here and search for things. Takes me a bit longer. Okay. So I'll fire this wee doodad down. Right. Let's hope nothing breaks. So, I mean, the grass... It is a bit long, but I don't think it's too long, you know? Ideally, I would like it to be a bit shorter than it is. It's not the end of the world, it's okay. Ideally, I would like it to be a bit shorter, because if you look at the character, the grass comes up to like his knee, and I kind of wanted the grass to come up maybe like around his ankle. So unless there's a better grass patch I can use, or if there's a better one that I could make myself, but I'll try and do this for now. We'll see if we can throw together something without, you know, crippling the thermal. I'll make this little steep hill here first, right? And we'll take it from there. When you zoom out, you can kind of see cracks in the grass, but the player's not going to see that unless we go into like the map mode. The idea we had to show you the world map, maybe we'd have a problem, but we'll deal with that if we need to deal with it. Right, hold on. Right, this is just when you need to... See, I like this part of Dreams, you know, when you just get like an asset and you just fire it down, and sort of like painting but with sculpts. I find this a lot easier, you know, like just to plot out a scene. I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff. Like putting the flowers down, okay, that was a bit tedious, but I don't know, this kind of thing I don't mind at all. So let me have a quick look. So I mean, like I said, the grass is probably a bit longer than I would like, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's okay, you know. Okay, so now let me show you my new idea for the path, right? So that was me just testing the grass, right? Now we just need to make a gap, you know. So let's say we go like this, right? So there, we've already got like the start of a path, kind of. And then we can just kind of shape around it, you know, and sort of like build a path that way. And it doesn't need to be a straight path. It can be a wavy path, you know. And we just need to do that as we go down. Like I can always turn things round if I want to change the detail or things like that. So, you know, something like that. So, at least now, look, we've kind of got a path, right? We've got a path. We'll get some grass. You know, if you come down here and you look at it from here, it's like, okay, we can clearly see there's a path up here. You know, I'm probably going to make the path at this section a little bit thinner. What I'll do is I'll probably not start the grass so close to the cliffs. I'll probably put like a dry spot around, or maybe I'll put some rocks at the side, because I don't think it would be so grassy at the top of the hill. So I can probably fire down a few more rocks, I think. Let me see. You know, just something like that, just to get it started here. But I'm feeling more optimistic now about the whole thing. You know, so we can probably just start as we come out. Then the grass just sort of starts, you know, as you get closer down the hill. I'll try and bring it in as much as I can. Okay. I'll just quickly put a few things down for now, and then we can kind of test it again. Bring some of these in a bit, I think, make it a bit thinner again, like I said I would. So something like that, you know. See, that looks a lot better now that we've got, like, we come out of the cave, right? And it's a bit dry at the front, so I'll probably put like a couple of smaller rocks around here, and then the grass sort of starts here, and we've got a nice little path here, and it's not so straight, it's got a few bends in the path as well, which I think looks a bit better. If you look at it from this angle, it looks a bit better. So we'll put like some rocks in the grass, a couple of flowers or something. I'm thinking that's looking a lot better. A hell of a lot better. So yeah, if you want to make a path, I recommend this method because it's working for me so far. Ever seen mukbang? What the hell was mukbang? No, I have not. Better not be filthy. It sounds filthy. It's got one of those words with the letters come together and it just sounds a bit weird. I just started playing Mafia, so I don't know anything about the first game. I didn't like the third game because the world was boring and has a lot of bugs. People liked Mafia 2. The one I'm playing is the remake of 1. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. People don't like 3. They think it's quite boring, quite repetitive. The funny thing is, I think the second game was meant to be quite boring at the start, but there comes a point in the game where it just clicks and it gets better and better. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that point. I think I got Mafia 2 on PlayStation Plus, and I kid you not, one of the missions I had to do, I had to go to work and I had to lift crates. I don't know if I was putting crates onto a truck or I was taking crates off a truck, but I had to keep going back and forward, putting crates here and there, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me on? Like, what's this game all about? And I think at the time I was comparing it too closely to GTA, and GTA is like far superior, so I'll need to go back and actually give the second game a go. I know it is on the PS4 now, but I do still have it on PS3, so I'll probably give it a go there. The only one I can't play, unless I buy the remaster, is the first game, because I think it's PS2 or PC. But it's meant to be, the first one's meant to be the best of the lot, so I might just start with that one, and then if I like it I'll go back to 2, force myself to play 3, if I'm really loving the story, you know. Max, I was in your stream, Max. Oh nice, we're all connected, love it. Project Genesis watched your video about the Dreams player base. Oh nice, did everyone enjoy the video then? Hopefully I hit the nail on the head, because as you can tell I'm very passionate about Dreams, you know. But sometimes things just need to be said, you know. You just can't accept things the way they are sometimes. That actually looks quite good as well, because look, see if I bring the grass in, right? See if I make it like, because it was like full on grass at the side, right? See if I bring it in a little bit, it kind of tapers off in, so it's like it's light grass and then suddenly it becomes thicker grass. I'd have to move the grass a little bit to make that work, but I do like that idea, I'm not gonna lie. Right, put it back the way it was. It's better before. Okay. I'll bring another one out here. See, I quite like that it's like... Looks like it's a bit damaged, you know, like people probably stepped on the grass and then the grass got a bit damaged. So I'll try and do something like that. I'm happy because we're probably going to make some progress today. For once. Okay. Let me just see, am I going to still use this rock here? I might move this over here. Maybe move it like there or something. Okay. It's only the paths that's going to take me a bit longer, because I need to get the shape right of all the paths. But the general grass, I'm just going to fire it everywhere, you know. So this is probably going to take a little bit of tweaking to get it the way I want it, but so far I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, and I love Final Fantasy music, so it's definitely motivating me, to say the least. So the path is basically going to go like all the way straight down here, and then it's going to split from here, and it's going to go up to that side as well. But on this side I'm not going to make a straight path, I'm going to make some hills here, so the path kind of goes up like that, and you need to walk over it. So it's not like you're just standing here and you can see all over there. I want to build some hills here, so you actually need to go up or around, because you don't have to follow the path if you don't want to. You can go over there on the grass and explore. Most people will explore to fight enemies or to find like the treasure chests and stuff like that. So like these paths are just waypoints, really. They're not super important, you know. You don't need to follow them to the letter. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Alright. I get quite meticulous about this kind of stuff. Looking at all the wee angles and things like that. Streaming tomorrow or on Monday? Are you talking about me or are you talking about Max? I was saying that this is my break on online school, so can't be here long. Oh yeah, don't take too long. Your school needs you. Watching LB do this stuff is making me scream at my phone. What was I doing? What was I doing wrong? It's the second option. The second option for what? Evening, Tom the Bomb. Nice to see you again. My chat went a bit crazy, so I'm way back at the start. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in one of our streams. Hello, see the Dream Master P. Hope you're doing well as well. Oh yeah, Tom. I started streaming on Twitch again, by the way. So after saying like another 55 minutes or so, we're going to go over to Twitch and play some Crash Bandicoot 4. So if you want to join us there, you know where to find us. Hey Sonic Spin, welcome to the stream. Hope you had a great week so far. It's the second option. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was when I was fiddling with the gauges. LBA, make a Dreams studio, so when you boot up a game it says LBA Studios. One day that is the ultimate dream. First I need to start streaming and making more videos, like having time to do more of that. Like if I can reduce my work, right, and I can spend more time here, perfect. It means I can dedicate more time to building this. Then I'll build a Dream studio, and then we'll make more games and Dreams consistently. And then after that I would like to make a proper, you know, indie studio and put games out on the PlayStation and PC and whatever. So that's the ultimate goal, but it's probably going to take a little bit of time. Not necessarily LB, you could just colour it green again. But I don't want to do that, man. I hate painting. I prefer this kind of painting, you know, just putting things together, like. Because I mean, look how good that looks. Can you paint me something that looks just as good as that? Probably you can, if you're experienced. For the painting on the path thing, the music, yeah, the music is Final Fantasy music, very relaxing. I think this one's Final Fantasy 7 now we're on. The music is hippie music, it's for hillbillies. Hillbillies? Are you kidding? This is Final Fantasy music? This ain't for hillbillies. ACAR chewing stream. Wouldn't you like to know what I just ate? The sounds of him moving his controller. Oh yeah, bet that gets you off. Sorry, got to go. Yeah, no worries. K Gaming. See you next time. Oh, hello, Scheme. Talk to the devil. There you are. Looking great, LB. Thanks. How about the level? How's that looking? So you can, as you can see, I took your advice and I just deleted your cube. I left one cube here. You know, it's part of the memoriam. But yeah, I'm trying to create a path just using grass like this. I don't know if I'm going to have thermal problems in the future, because it might say something like, oh, you've put too many objects down. But I've got faith in Dreams that I can place down quite a lot of grass before, you know, I start to see those problems, hopefully. So I'll start to shape out some of this area here at the back, because I think it's faster, because the path is going to take me a bit of time to get everything right. Plus I'm going to have to test this in play mode and make sure everything looks good, the grass isn't too tall, too high. So we're getting to the flat surface now. So if you can see, Scheme, we actually managed to make a big world, and then we blended this, so this slope is actually a blend. So let me straighten this grass back out again, maybe. Okay. You know what I need to do? Let me see. I was just having a look. Right, this grass is not collidable, thank God, because I was like, oh my god, what if that was collidable this whole time? I'd have to go back and make it all uncollidable. Okay. I'm finally enjoying these streams because, you know, like, the past couple of weeks making this game was an absolute nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. But I think we're finally getting to a place now where I don't want to kill myself. Which is was a good positive, right? You know. So apparently this floor should be quite flat, but I don't know if I should put grass in here, or maybe just this grass could be like more like that, you know, like just kind of faded in the corner, you know, kind of like that. Yeah, so I've been having some trouble with my voice actors for the survival horror game. It's been very difficult to get things organised in time, so I'm a little bit behind with that project, especially the demo, because I wanted to get some voice acting in first before I did anything. So I've been trying to find new voice actors. See, I'm thinking, like, should I make grass like that, like little patches of grass that are like a bit rotten, you know? Or should I just make the whole field green? Because a full field of green would look really nice. But if I made it like, you know, like little patches, you know, every so often, it might make it look a bit more realistic, maybe, you know, like maybe there was someone here that put up a tent or something, you know, and they were just sitting around here for a while. You know, it's possible. I'm going to keep all this area flat. I'm going to keep this part quite simple. And then here's going to be the other path. This is the other side, right? So I'll open up the path like that, right? Alpha, if you're still there, what Final Fantasy game is this from? Because I don't recognise it. Normally I'm quite good at recognising music from Final Fantasy, but not today. Right, so that's roughly going to be a path there. So this path is probably going to be a little bit wider because it's mostly like, it's like the main sort of path. This is like a side path, so it's a bit thinner. This path's going to be a bit wider, you know, just for like transport and stuff like that. Like a carriage, because John Jerry Steve, he's going to be the merchant. He's got the carriage that sells you all the supplies. It's going to be so good once we get to him. It's going to be so funny. Okay. So I'm roughly getting this down, I think. So yeah, it's starting to take shape, you know. If you look at it from up here, it's definitely starting to look really good. And even though I haven't done the lighting yet, it looks good, like naturally, like the, you know, the shade from the mountain, and then as we come down, we can start to see life, you know, before our very eyes on the field here. So this is looking a lot more like what I thought it would look like when I imagined it in my head, you know. So once we get some more grass down, some hills over there, I think it's going to look pretty good. I'll just fill some more of these gaps. Right, so it should go a bit here. Okay. So yeah, like some people might find this part quite tedious. Like I said, I actually quite enjoy this. Like just placing things down, like big things, you know, not like stupid flowers that are like tons of things on a tiny area. I mean like a big sort of thing like this, you know. I think I'm going to get rid of that patch. I think I'm just going to make everything quite healthy. I noticed that path was a bit wide when I was going down it, so let me just bring that in a little bit. There we go. So we're getting close to the bottom of the wee ridge here. Use this one. Okay. So far, so good. Be better once we put the rocks in and some of the flowers as well. Once we get all that detail in place. There we go. It's a shame, Scheme, that you sold your PS4, because now I need to build all the hospital myself. I suppose it's not that long until the PS5 comes out, so know that you'll be back with us sooner rather than later, which will be good. Get back to your own projects as well. I'm sure you're itching to get back into Dreams. Or not, you tell me. Okay. So far, so good. It's good that I'm learning though, because next time I want to make a path, I know exactly what I need to do. I don't need to mess around thinking what am I going to do, because when we go back to Super Alien Buddy, we're going to have to make bigger areas too. So this technique might actually help. Or we'll try Housemoon's paint technique, but I'll get to painting one day. What does that say, Housemoon? Roll X or LB discs over table. What does that even mean? Round of applause for LB discovering blends. Technically I already did discover blends, but it was more for small scale things. Super Alien Buddy, if you pay close attention, there is actually blends in the outside area. I did blend, like there's a cliff and then there's a bottom ground. I actually did blend so you could slide down it. My idea was I wanted people to slide down it, but I couldn't get the logic to work, and they kept sinking into the sculpt, so I just patched it. So let me just get to your comment now, Sonic Spin. Do you play viewers' dreams? I do. It's on Monday though. Brand new dreams normally on Monday, or suggestions. We did start a new series on Twitch where every Tuesday and Thursday we're going to be looking at maybe older creations. So it doesn't really matter which stream I play it on. I'll play community suggestions, whatever the nearest one is. The next one's going to be Monday on YouTube, so if you want me to play something, I'll probably play it then. Use that grass, but make it bigger by adding to the sculpt, not just enlarging. You're speaking a foreign language to me, Hal. Well, that's Scheme. Speaking a foreign language, Scheme. I don't even know if I might even mess it up though. See if I start to add to things. My god, look at the state of that. It's very bushy, look. Look at that. Whee. You can actually make some really weird sculpts, look. I think the blend tool would be kind of fun to use, because I mean, look at that. Look at like the veins that appear around that sculpt. Look, can you see them? Oh, this is when we get into crinkly territory. I could make a big monster like this, you know, big furry plant monster thing. I have no idea how to do what you want me to do, but I'll learn. My game is a 2D platformer and a Metroidvania with pixel art. All sounds pretty good. I did play a Metroidvania 2D sort of game. I don't know if it's the same one that you're talking about, so I mean, if you let me know the name, I'll try and add it to my list so I don't forget. They don't add the first person puppet with the others because it's not a normal first person puppet, it's a first person shooter puppet. But why not though? It's just quick, do you know what I mean? Like, give me a puppet that you made, Media Molecule, do you know what I mean? Saves me having to go into this stupid dream surfing just to find it. First and I've never heard of that before. Use the original grass, don't enlarge it. Just go into the sculpt mode and enable blend mode and add a few donuts or something. You'll have a short grass but a bigger cookie. Me no compute. I know what you mean, but I just don't know if I can do it very well. Do you know what I mean? I think I might botch it and it'll look quite ugly. If I'm having problems with the sculpts, then obviously I'll happily do this again with renewed grass. LB, since the path is so big, it'd be better to make the grass not so high up, since it'll look giant and overwhelming in play mode on a tiny puppet. I don't know if you saw that since I played play mode, but it looks pretty good in play mode for me now, at least. Mukbang is a genre of videos people do where they film themselves eating tons of food, such as seafood and stuff. What's the point in that? Is that meant to be like a challenge or something? Like, hey look, I can eat a ton of pizza, watch me. Hauschmumen, if he uses my advice, he will win. Exactly. Sometimes the seafood is live. Well, that is just disgusting. My advice is Bell, we're going to have a fight for advice now. Why not Yakuza? Yakuza? I have no idea. Oh, is the new Yakuza game out today as well? Well, I spent all my money on Crash 4, so... I've only completed Yakuza 0, can you believe it? I've played a little bit of the first one on the PS2, and a little bit of the Kiwami remake, but this 0 was awesome. But I need to play all... Is it like, there's like 7 Yakuza games? Because it goes up to like Yakuza 0, plus there's Yakuza 0, it goes up to Yakuza 6, but there's also Yakuza 0. So there's like 7, plus I've got a zombie one, it's called like Dead Souls or something. I've got tons, and they're long games. It took to complete Yakuza 0, almost 100% story-wise, all the side missions, it took me like over 120 hours, so it ain't short. My advice is to make the game free and add explosions. There's actually no explosions in this game, can you believe it? I might make some fire though, you know, make the grass go on fire. I'll burn it, I'll paint it black, and I'll put some fire on it. I think that'll look quite good, like an old battle zone, you know. I watched Panic Man rip Dreams a new one the other day. He really hates it. Yeah, he told me that he made a 1-hour video, basically just destroying it. I didn't watch it because, you know, 1 hour, but he did come back and leave a comment, basically explaining everything that he detests about it. I think I can get the gist though, right? He's got the same complaints as a lot of people, so I get the idea. The only thing I don't agree with what he says is that when he talks about how you can't make money with Dreams, but you can make money with Unity and Unreal and RPG Maker. For me, that's not a valid criticism, because Dreams is not about selling your game in the first place. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, if you're going to complain about that, then, you know, just leave Dreams. Like, just, you shouldn't be here in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about that argument. You know, like if I'm making things in Dreams and I'm like, oh, one day I'm going to sell this game. It's a shame I can't sell this game. I would just, you know, go in to software that I could sell the game. You know. So yeah, that grinds my gears a little bit. But yeah, I don't agree with that. Because I think people make games in Dreams, right? And because they're quite advanced, they think, well, hey, my game's actually turning out pretty good. Could rival a PSN game. I should try and sell this. You know? I think people get really carried away, to be honest. Make a good game in Dreams first, right? Prove yourself. Like, don't just, you know, assume like, oh, you're going to make a game and you're going to get rich. Because, like, who's to say anyone's going to buy your game? Maybe your game's not so good. Maybe it's got technical flaws. Maybe it's got design flaws. Make all your mistakes in Dreams first, right? Get all the heavy criticism here. Because it is free at the end of the day, right? So, you know, it's not like, oh, I'll spend all that money and I wasted all that money on your game. They don't have that excuse. So yeah, just train with Dreams and you'll be good. Because like I said, like I'm trying my best to eventually have a dream studio, right? Depending on how successful Dreams becomes in the future, that might change. My dream is always to make like a proper, you know, professional studio, but I can't program, and I don't think it's the right time in my life to be looking at real game development. Like I said, I need to practice making games first before I can even have the cheek to say like, oh, that this is 40 quid for my game, you know. So that's why I'm trying to just do like the whole YouTuber streamer kind of thing. So it's like, if people are enjoying the streams and stuff, they're getting entertainment, they're getting value, you know, that's good for me, because then I can still kind of create on Dreams as part of a job in a way. You know, in the future I would love to be able to like stream for a lot longer than I do. Because like today I can stream a bit longer, that's why I'm going to do 2 streams today. But normally there's some days I can only stream for like 2 hours, maybe 3 tops, which is a lot. But I've seen a lot of streamers, particularly on Dreams, they stream for like 5-6 hours, and I'm just like, whoa, what's going on there? Like, how do they find the time to stream for that length, you know? But in the future, if I can do it, you know, it means I can reduce my hours and stream more, basically. But it's not something I'm expecting, at least not for maybe another year or more, who knows. But I'll try my best. Okay. The path is looking a little bit better. One other thing I wanted to get is I wanted to get a sign here. Plant a sign here, like, you know, like a wooden sign. Let's see if I can find a wooden one. Kinda like that. More like this. I was thinking more like this. Some ones like that as well. There's quite a few to choose from, but for now I'll plank this one down, right? And basically it's gonna be like that. So it'll tell you like, okay, go this way to go to the farm, go this way to go to Bovareta Castle or whatever, so people know where the hell they're going. I think that really helps. Because we'll have if everything goes well, we'll have an in-game map that you can bring up. I see logic that you can actually make a map and you can figure out what position the player is on the map. So I could try and do that, but I'll put signs down as well, just because you don't want to be going into your map all the time. So it's nice to just go like, oh look, that's here, that's there. I'll just go there or there, you know. I'm not surprised. Crooked Dreams isn't as amazing as some people claim. It's got many flaws that shouldn't be overlooked. It really does. To be fair though, it does have a lot of amazing things too, like, look what I'm doing right now, I'm making a game, you know, it's still good, right? The problem that Dreams has is that it tries to be really ambitious, right? So the more ambitious the game becomes, the more ambitious people become, right? So it's actually the downfall of the game, because it tries to be too ambitious. Because now everyone's like, oh, I want to make a proper game, you know, like a real game, you know, something that you would find on the PlayStation Store. What they should have done was like, oh, Dreams lets you make creations, you know, like little casual things, and then now and again someone will blow it out of the water and be like, hey, look, I actually made a proper game. And then people will be like, oh, that's the exception to the rule, you know. Maybe then they would become a bit more lenient, because they wouldn't expect, you know, really detailed things, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to improve myself, you know. Like the games we're making now are going to be better than the games I was making last year, you know. I'll just fire that there. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. I'll basically flesh out this square here, and then this square is probably going to be flat grass as well. Maybe just a little hill here for the treasure, but this is going to be quite flat. And then when we get to this part here, there's going to be some hills. And this part, maybe some smaller hills, but the path is going to go up this way. But obviously you can go around this way if you want, you know, you don't have to go all that way. So I know I could probably like just like copy things, but then they kind of get all weird, you know, and I don't really like it, so I just prefer to, you know, make things individually. Good old Panic Man, I know. Here's the thing, LBA, here's the thing. I've watched enough streams, so I know that's what he sounds like. But RPG Maker, it's like, technically Dreams is better than RPG Maker. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, RPG Maker's good. Like, it gives you a proper, you know, tools to make like a proper game. There's less hassle involved. You don't need to sculpt characters or anything. You just like select from a menu and change some numbers around and put some tiles down. So it's not as advanced, and see what I mean? That's why people like it better, because it's not as ambitious, it's not as advanced as Dreams. But if we're being honest, you know, come on, Dreams is better than RPG Maker. Like, you can do so much more with Dreams at the end of the day. Just like Little Big Planet, I love Little Big Planet, and whilst Little Big Planet as a game that you play is better, it's much better, because I used to play Little Big Planet all the time. Great levels, consistently. But if we're talking strictly create mode, like, obviously I would choose Dreams. It's going to take me a bit longer to finish things, but obviously it's the the optimal experience. But you know, everyone likes different styles. Panic Man likes RPG games. Bombird, you know, likes Little Big Planet over Dreams. A few other good Little Big Planet creators, you know, obviously prefer. They still prefer that over Dreams, which is fair enough. It just depends what kind of games you want to make. In Little Big Planet, I struggled because I couldn't make platformers, so I always tried to make other genres, and in the end I just settled for making movies because that's kind of what I like to make. And I like to make, like, I tried to make 3D sets and things like that. It didn't always go so well, but I got some success out of it, so you know, it worked. And so at least for Dreams, it's like, if I was to try and make this game in Little Big Planet, it just wouldn't be as good, you know? Just wouldn't be as good. So this definitely gives me more options overall. I'm just going to make this like a flat area as well. I'll just see what this looks like. Just have a wee peek. So it looks good. Like from distance, it looks good. I can see some patches in the distance which I'll need to fix. Plus, I need to put some rocks down anyway, so I can probably block some of those. The length of the grass is actually not too bad. Obviously, I preferred shorter grass, but the player just kind of stands on it anyway, so. It's kind of cool. It's kind of it makes it more like a hill, you know, like that, which I actually quite like. Because see, if you're just walking in a straight line constantly, it's a bit boring. Oh my god, I'm getting attacked by the wolves. I didn't set up the enemy eye just yet. Oh my god, look, their mouths actually turn red. Look, did you see that? This is what it's going to be like. Oh, their eyes turned red. Did you see that? They're coming for me. This is basically what the game's going to be like, right? Once I've got my sword and my shield, right? These things are going to be chasing you and you're going to be like, bah, bah! Take that, wolf. He's just chilling in the air, you know? He's riding. Oh god, what are you going to do? Stop blinking red at me. So this is looking pretty good so far. You know, you can just stick to the path, you don't need to go on the grass. The grass is mostly for exploring. Like if you want to find treasure chests or maybe find like some kind of herb or something to make a potion maybe. Maybe that's what I could use it for. Find so many of these things and it gives you ingredients to make a potion. So we'll keep all this flat on the other side, and then when we look over to this side we'll start to see more hills, which looks like it kind of blocks what you can see, so you don't actually know how far this is, because right now we can see, alright, there's how big the map is. Once we start putting hills in and little bits here and there, we're going to turn here and we're just going to be thinking, whoa, this world is huge, like what's over that hill? I want to see what's over there, you know? It makes you want to explore more, because right now if I see that bridge, I'm like, okay, there's a bridge over there. But if there's hills, I want to go over those hills. I want to see. I wonder what's over there. You know, what's over here. You know, because if you can see everything, it just gets a bit boring. You know what to expect. So, I think we're making some good progress now. Plus, this music actually fits this scene really well. I don't know if it's Final Fantasy 13 music, but there is a grassy area in that game, and it does kind of fit this kind of vibe. Oh, it's going to be so good. Isn't it Housemoving? Can you imagine this when it's done? Incredible. That's another thing about Dreams that I'll at least say is a good thing. I'm not an artist, but at least I can make a scene, you know? I don't need to be an artist. I can place things down, because my mind works more like, not a sculptor, but more like a designer. Like, put this here, you know, turn that there, you know, That's how my mind works. My mind doesn't work like an artist. Like, oh, I'm going to make a tree and I'm going to make a bush and it's going to be great and put some vines up the wall. No, I'm just going to think like structurally, how can I make this work? That's why I like Little Big Planet a lot, because you can. It's more structured based, you know, like cubes and things. It's not so flecky, you know, things going all over the place. I don't often visit his channel. To be honest, like, even today I wasn't looking at his channel. I just searched for RPG Maker and his channel came up. I was curious how popular RPG Maker videos are today, especially on PS4. And to be honest, I couldn't even see one big video. They all had like 30 views or 7 views or 2 views. And I was going to get in the game to make some videos, but now I'm like, like I'd probably do it for streams. But, you know, I'm not so hyped about it. I've got so many games I need to buy. It's actually quite worrying. Right, so I'll probably start the hills about here. Once you get past this rock, I'll make just a little bit of a hill just to make you go up a little bit. So I'll just fill out this last little area here. Okay. Why am I just seeing ball sacks? What? Right, wait till I get to that comment, right? Yeah, he made some fair points. I didn't agree with a lot of what he said, though. Yeah, I mean, like, he talks about the tutorials, and for me that's more suggestive, because it's like, I learned how to make things in Dreams. Like, I don't know everything, like, with sculpting and things, but at least I can understand logic, but not everyone can, so it's like, it's just on a, not just a player to player, but person to person basis. You know, some people are good at one thing, bad at another, so you know, we all need to learn and make mistakes. Like, I made mistakes making this path. I tried to make like 3 different paths, and to be honest, they were all terrible. So, you know, I did my best to get to this point. It took me a while, but I got here. You know, if I just chucked it in, if I just threw the towel in and said, oh, I can't do this, I'm not going to make a path anymore, I'm just going to make grass, you know, I never would have got to this stage. So it's actually a good thing that I persisted. He probably was harsh. Super. Hey Hugzo, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm still quite late. I'm focusing on my grass here. It's taking up a lot of time. I was thinking of getting Crash Bandicoot 4 as my first Crash Bandicoot game, but it's too expensive. It is pretty expensive. What I will say is that it's got a lot of content. I'm going to tell you, it's got over 100 levels, right? It's not all main story levels. You know, there's side levels, there's challenge levels, but ultimately you are playing over 100 different levels. There's tons of costumes, there's things you can collect in every single level. Like, honestly, I was playing it for like 3 hours last night, and I'd made a good bit of progress, but I think out of 100 levels, I probably played about... How many levels did I play? Like, maybe 15 levels, maybe? So it's really not... I'm really just scratching the surface, so you will get your money's worth. But we're going to play it today, so you'll be able to see if you like it, first and foremost. And if you do, then obviously you can save up for it, or maybe get it for your Christmas or something, because it is a really good game. Get the Insane Trilogy. House Schmoomin', it's cheaper and just as good. The problem with the Insane Trilogy is that it's more old school, so if you play that one first, maybe it is better, because I think if you play Crash 4 and then go back to the old ones, you're going to be like, I don't have as many power-ups, you know, because you've got all the mask powers, and then you've got all the different characters. They have their own like weapons, like a whip or a gun or whatever, you know. So maybe the originals might seem a bit more basic, because it's just jump, spin, slide, very simple. The third game does have more gimmicks, like a bazooka and things like that, but it's more of a bonus. It's not really part of the level. You don't need to use it, whereas in 4 you need to use all of the new abilities, especially if you want to get all the boxes. Also, keep the original size grass for creating your paths. I think I'm going well. Oh my god, the graphics thermal, love it. Take it all in, House Moomin, take it all in, just absorb it. I haven't optimized it yet. I haven't even went into the. I haven't even went in here yet to do the sculpture detail. Oh my god, the sculpture detail is actually not too bad. I thought I was expecting everything to be all red, but it's actually already kind of blue. But to be fair, I think it's because I used a lot of different assets, so I'll need to change a few things up. I think it's mostly like those plants. I bet you those plants take it about 50 thermal. Plus we've got the animals and things like that in the bridge, and there's a troll guy over here. He probably takes up a lot of thermal. So optimization is definitely a priority. I just want to get my path done, and I'll be happy, you know. The graphics there, man, crying and shaking. Oh my god, fix the graphics. No, I won't. I'm going to leave it there. It's just a graphic. It means nothing, right? Unless it's 100%, I don't care, right? I'm actually drawing a blank on this FF track as well. Doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, even this one as well. I don't. Maybe it's from the online games, like 11 or 14, because I've never heard them before. It'll be if you make a bigger version of the grass, you will save a lot of time. Yeah, but the problem is if I made a bigger version of the grass becomes bigger, and I don't know how to shrink it. So I was like, how can I make it so it's not so big, but the grass isn't so long? If you can solve that problem for me, I'll do it. I just didn't want to delete the grass like last time, because if I delete it, that costs thermal, and maybe it causes more problems in the end. Looks like a ball sack. What? I'm not making ball sacks. What are you talking about? Well, you don't really pay in money. You pay in time. I know, and technically time is greater than money. You know. On Dreams, I mean. Dreams successful. That's a funny joke, LB. At least I made you laugh today. People need to realise that PS2 is the limit of what you can make. That's perfectly fine with me. Yeah, I mean, if you want to make like a game, probably PS2, because you can make like really high quality like PS4 graphics in Dreams, but obviously there's a drawback. You probably can't add any gameplay, you know. So that's the only bad thing about it. So yeah, you need to decide what you want to make in Dreams. Do you want to make like scenes, or do you want to make I think I'll do that, since this is a straight path. Like, do you want to make scenes, or do you want to make games? I think that's what people need to decide. Oh my god. I try to make a path and then it just totally... See, that's why I don't like doing this. Because if it's not aligned perfectly, it just totally messes up. I think I'll stick to my manual path. Thank you very much. Clearly this is Final Fantasy 15, right? Isn't it? I think. What the hell was that? Is that a plant that's stuck underneath? Oops. Don't want them going hidden. Going hiding. Okay, how much have we got left? Yeah, so for like the next 10 minutes I'll probably just finalise some of this area. Like I said, it was probably best if I split this area up, so like I'll focus on this third of the area, and then I'll focus on this third or this half or whatever. That way, so this is a flat grass, this is a hilly grass, this has a river bed. So there's like 3 different sections that I need to work on. So but at least we're making progress today. The past few streams where we played this game, this creation, it did feel more like me just learning, you know, from my mistakes. So I'm still learning. Maybe there's a better way to do all these things, but at least it's not as bad as it was last week. So at least I'm getting something I'm a little more happier with, and there's no rush to finish this project. You know, Dreams needs more players right now, so I'm not in any rush to release anything big because it's probably not going to get any plays anyway, right? So I'm just going to take my time with the whole release schedule. You know, I'll just release things for you guys to play. I'm not so worried about the general Dreams community anymore because it needs a bit more before it's, let's say, acceptable. I've got people that replied to that video, by the way, and they were saying things like people just need to accept that Dreams is going to be crappy forever, you know. I don't know if I can argue with that, to be honest. PS2 gameplay and world size, of course. Yeah, with lots of loading screens. I wish Dreams had proper reflections. Oh, that'll be the day. Someone said, what if it had ray tracing? But I think ray tracing might kill this game. Flexing ray tracing instead of just reflecting the skybox. Yeah, it's a cheap trick, isn't it? But even in Little Big Planet, you couldn't do it. So, you know, it's not anything new, you know. That would be interesting, it would. However, I'd assume if you put a mirror in front of a mirror in the game, it would crash. And all like infinite loops of itself. Binal Fantasy 20. I'm liking it. I love the new mask abilities in Crash 4. Yeah, for me, I've only used like 3 of the masks. I'm trying not to look at any of the masks because I don't want to know what the powers are. But I know 3, just 2 from the demo and 1 from the main game. So I'll find out, maybe not today on the stream because we're probably going to stream for 2 hours and I played for like 3 last night, so we're probably not going to get any further ahead than I did. But so far I like them. I won't tell you what the power is in case you don't want to know, but see the purple one? He's okay. You know, it's just okay. He starts off quite interesting, but he gets a bit annoying. Wait till you see some of the platforming that you need to do with the purple mask. My god. Oh, look at that. Floating. Right. Yeah, all we need to do is fill in this little gap here. And then I think we're good to go. Just need to make sure my path is isn't becoming too similar. I'll bring it out a wee bit more. Maybe put some more rocks in the corner there. Sort of turn it round a bit, you know. So it looks slightly different. Okay. So now we just need to fill in the rest of those. I don't know what Elka does when he creates, because obviously he does this full time. I imagine he just creates like this, like spends tons of time on little stupid details. So I don't think he's in any rush to finish his game. I don't think it's coming out for like another 2 years, so you know, he's taking his sweet ass time with that game. Okay. Someone should, I don't know, has anyone ever made like a grass cutting mini game in Dreams? That would be quite cool. Very easy to make as well. You can use my path technique right? Just make small bits of grass, right? Cut over it. Make me a path with your lawnmower. It would be perfect. Because I was playing that game Bully, the Rockstar game, and if you get caught, you get punished, and one of the punishments is actually to mow the lawn or cut the grass. And like, even though it's a really monotonous task, I think it could make like a decent mini game, because I don't know what it is, like when you're cutting things like grass or hair, I don't know why, it just feels satisfying, you know. Maybe you don't agree, but normally when we do things that are similar to the mundane things we do in real life, things just we kind of relate to them a little bit, you know. It's like bubble wrap when you pop the bubbles, you know. It's like, it's stupid but satisfying, you know. Yeah. We're getting there. Just fill out a few more of these. Yeah, I can't. I'm still making that John Jerry Steve thing in RPG Maker. I've just not been on it in a while because I've been so focused on other things. But I will get back into it, and I will remake it in Dreams one day once I've got time. Because after this, I want to make Super Alien Buddy 2, and it's going to be like a mix of Ratchet and Clank and Mass Effect. So you know, that's going to take me a bit of time to finish, but because I'm releasing this game in chapters, I might also release Super Alien Buddy in chapters as well. Rather than chapters, it'll probably be more like planets. So if you remember the first planet we were making, it was like on a hell world, and it was basically just like escaping the planet. But if I have to expand it, I'll basically make you escape the planet, and then it'll recap what happened before that, just so that we can make a full planet out of it. And then every planet has like a semi-open world with like a good amount of levels and missions to do. So as long as every planet takes like an hour to complete, I think that's good. It's easily digestible for people that don't have a lot of time to play. Also, it's yet to be tested how Subject is going to perform, because it's a full game, right? And who's to say it's going to be successful? Because people might just like play it for an hour and then they just forget about it, because it's very easy to forget about games and Dreams. Like, there's no, you can bookmark things by adding it to a collection if you're serious enough, but generally it's like if you play something and it's like you might forget about it, you know. So this, once I release it, that's like the test, you know. It has to do well, otherwise I'm going to release games in chapters, like all my games in the future in chapters. Because I was going to do most games in chapters, but then some of them would be like full games, just depending on what it was. But I might just have to make everything chapters if it just fits, you know, the way Dreams works. Because not everyone has the attention span to, you know, dedicate to something like this. But I put up a poll, most of you probably saw it, and it was like, how many of you want the game as a full game, how many of you want it to release in chapters, and it actually had more votes, a lot more votes. Like 2/3 of people wanted me to just release it as a full game, so clearly some people are still keen to play a proper full game in Dreams, which is quite encouraging. I'm just making this one in chapters because I think this one's going to be far too long, you know. RPG games, far too long, you know, so I'll probably have to make this game in chapters just to, you know, make sure people actually get to the end. Okay, let me test this, right? So the grass is looking quite good now. Our path's looking okay. I'll put some small little rocks all around. I might make some like skid marks on the ground as well, as people walk through the path. Can you imagine that wolf coming for you out of the grass, watching him? It's like one of those toys, you know, outside like a supermarket or something. You get those like animals that, you know, you put the coin in and you can sit on it and it does like so that's what it looks like. So there we go, we've got our lovely little path that's taking us through the world of Crinkle Trinta. We don't even know what the kingdom's called yet, so we need to brainstorm there. So we've got a sign here, massive sign. We need to make it a bit smaller, I think. So at least we've got our path here. So we know if we go up that way, we're going to go to the farm. And if we go up that way, we're going to go to the castle. And basically the path is going to be quite wide because this is like the main road. Once we get to about here though, I'm going to build a little hill that goes up and over and back down again. So we'll do this area next. This area here just needs some extra detail, so we just need to put like some rocks, some trees, some flowers, those kind of things. I'm just going to go up to this treasure chest just to see, because I'm going to have to redo this because this is different grass that I used here. Ta-da! Got the treasure chest. The wolves are still chasing me, by the way, look at that. They're tenacious. They just don't stop coming. And it's good, we've got a nice draw distance so we can look and we can see everything ahead of us. We can see the cave where we came from, we can see the farm destination, we can see... Hello! Oh. We'll be able to see all the hills over here and stuff like that. So once we get some rocks down, I'll spread out some flowers, some more trees, and then once we get the hill, we'll do the hills over there next. Once we've got all the hills sorted, then we'll do the river. But I'm a lot more happier than I was before. It's definitely coming into its own now, which I'm pretty happy about. So yeah, I think even though today we didn't make like additional progress, we still made progress because we still made something, right? That we redid everything. It looks a lot better now. Still get some more detail to put in, some optimizations and things like that, but yeah, I'm liking it. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah. So there you go then, that's the idea for today. More like this. So yeah, we're making progress, that's the most important thing. That purple one is definitely tough at times. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you did all the levels in that world, but there's some parts that... like if you want to get all the boxes, there's some parts that are like, oh, so annoying. And there's one part where you had to use the blue mask in that level. And to get that box, oh my god. It messes with your brain. Hey Carl, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hello guys, I'm Russian and new in Dreams. I don't have a game right now, but I'm afraid by Dreams they have... reason I'm afraid is the online of the game gets lower and lower. I mean, that is true. The players are definitely decreasing. But, you know, if you want to make a game, just buy it, make a game, have fun. I don't think it's going to die. I think it's going to increase when we get multiplayer and once we start seeing some bigger dreams coming in. I don't think we're going to get a massive following, but I think it'll be decent. So like I said, if you've always dreamed of making your own movies or games and you want to have at least some kind of audience to play it, then go for it. Wait for Dreams to drop in a sale. I don't know if you have Black Friday in Russia, but if you have some kind of sale around Christmas time or at New Year, maybe you can pick it up a little bit cheaper, which shouldn't be so bad, at least. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to Twitch now, and I'm going to start streaming Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. So if anyone wants to join us over there, it's the same name, LittleBigAnimation, and I'll probably go live there in like 10 minutes because I need to just get a drink, make sure I'm okay, and then I'll be live on Twitch. So if anyone's new to the stream here, we mostly just create our games in Dreams. We play new Dreams. We make a bunch of videos on Dreams. I'm going to start making videos on other games too. And then we just started going on Twitch to do some additional streams to play other games outside of Dreams. So if anybody is interested in the YouTube side of things or the Twitch side of things, the options are available. I'll be there. Thanks, Alpha. So I'm going to end this stream here, right? I'm going to get a drink, and then I'm going to be right back, straight in Crash 4 on Twitch, LittleBigAnimation, and we're just going to get straight into it. I'll probably stream for like a couple of hours, maybe. We'll see how it goes. So thanks everyone for tuning in to this stream here. I'm just going to do a quick save before I forget. Look at my old path, right? That was my old path. And I think once you see the new path, you'll see the difference. It's actually substantial. If it saves, of course. See, it looks a bit better, you know. I think it looks a bit nicer. It's going good, it's going good. So I'm going to end this create stream here. So I'll see some of you guys over on Twitch in about 5-10 minutes for some Crash 4. Alright, see you soon. Bye.